My name is Cosmic Coco, and I look forward to helping you discover your universe.
Narcissists are people with a very low sense of self. And what I mean by a very low sense of self is they don't know themselves. They don't know who they are. Sociopaths, and in this case, narcissists, are made. They are not born. I believe psychopaths are born that way. Like their brain is already wired that way. Trauma can produce narcissism in people. Like I said, it depends on how you go about the situation if you try to heal yourself. Narcissists cannot stand to be bored. They despise it. They hate it. And the reason that they hate it is because when they are by themselves, they have to sit with all of their thoughts and insecurities that go on in their head. But when they're distracted by other people and they're able to live off of other people's energy, stories, whatever, that is when they feel complete. A person with a healthy sense of self, they don't mind being by themselves, you know. And like I said, I'm an empath. And prior to me getting to the point that I am today, I had to learn about boundaries. I had no boundaries. And so when I started putting up those boundaries, I noticed the energy changing around me and people being removed from my life. However it may have went, it happened the way that it was supposed to go. And I'm thankful for that now. The number one sign that you are dealing with a narcissist is if they hate, despise, act a fool about you doing something to them that they've done to you. If they felt it wasn't okay for them, then they should also feel it wasn't okay for you. Narcissists have a grandiosity about themselves. I hope I said that right. But either way, narcs have no empathy at all whatsoever. Therefore, they cannot put themselves in somebody else's shoes. Narcissists surround themselves with successful people. They also surround themselves with people that can benefit them in some type of way. And they're often two-faced. So if you have a person that's telling you, I don't care if it's the significant other, a best friend, or whatever the fucking case is, if you have a person in your life that's telling you all this bad stuff about a person that they cling to with their whole being and life force, you are dealing with a narcissist. Narcissists are good for smear campaigns. When they suffer a narcissistic injury, which in case, half the time the victims of the smear campaign are not even aware of the narcissistic injury that they've caused the narcissist, because they're unaware that they are a narcissist until the smear campaign comes along. It depends on the situation. Sometimes, the narcissist can catch on to them catching on to them, and they'll go ahead to start the smear campaign and, throw them off and to avoid getting exposed and all. But let this be a lesson from Derek Jackson that everything done in the dark will definitely come to the light. Dark injury. Narcissists will try to take away your emotional support. This is something that they do because they don't have emotional support. So even when a narcissist is moving around in a social setting, they're moving from a point of, how can I put this? I don't want to say desperation, but fight or flight mode. That's the mode that they're constantly in. This is about their survival. Because mind you, their brain is not wired in the ways of a healthy, empathic human being. I don't want to, go too hard on them, but it is what it is. We're going to call it for what it is. Okay, so a narcissistic injury can be you taking up for yourself. That will cause narcissistic injury because they have low self-esteem. So not agreeing with them can cause narcissistic injury depending on the severity of the narcissist. What other things? Cutting them off, not talking to them, avoiding them. Because see, these are tactics that they do to people in order to injure them. And why do they do that as a tactic? Because deep down inside, that before they became the narcissists, they were hurt people. And from that hurt, they could have healed. And also from that hurt, it could go another way.
Depending.
Triangulation. That is a tactic that is used by the narcissist in order to cause confusion and gain sympathy at the same time, while also making themselves the center of attention. Which is why once a discard happens with a narcissist, they're going to do the most, and you have to try to avoid them. And it's hard. Being a victim of a smear campaign, it is hard to not say nothing or not to go back and forth. Sometimes the narc will have a family member of yours reach out to you through them, or they'll reach out to a family member and say that you said XYZ about them. But triangulation is also when a man is cheating on his wife and he gets another girl and he's telling this girl about all his wife not doing. And usually when a triangulation happens, you're not giving the narc any energy, which is why a third person has to come into play. There are triangulations where a person, like we'll use an example of a boyfriend, girlfriend, and a former significant other. The new girl will be mad at the ex-girl because of everything that the narcissist has told her about his ex-girl. One, why are you talking about the ex-girl? Me personally, I don't like hearing about nobody ex. And if you do, I'm not going to judge you on it, but that's going to be my cue that you're not over this person. Or you playing games. Either one of the two. But this is stuff that, seeds that the narcissist has been planting. So this stuff has been going on. So yeah, it may hurt and it may shock you about how many people believe the narcissist over a person that they know. But at the same time, the blessing in that is that you don't need people like that around you. If they're going to believe what a stranger said versus what your actions done been, then that's on them. God is doing his work. Especially if you ask people to be removed from your life. Watch that shit happen.